Our final award of the afternoon is our Distinguished Alumna Award. We established this award in 1984. It goes to a person who is a graduate and has done great things through her service, leadership, achievements, where she's distinguished herself to Ursuline, her community, and in her profession over her lifetime. Teresa is a recognized leader who reflects the Christian ideals, standards, and objectives of Ursuline Academy. She has truly lived the ideals of Serviam and Ursuline, from her time as a daughter of charity to her successful legal career as a judge here in Dallas. She always approaches all of her challenges with a sense of compassion and a sense of love. I'll direct your attention to the video to learn more about her accomplishment.
Teresa Tolle, Ursuline Academy class of 1956, always had a passion for helping those less fortunate. Her passion led her to 2 different career paths. In 1960, Teresa joined the Daughters of Charity after receiving her bachelor's degree in history from Marillac College in St. Louis. Through the many different positions she held over the years, she could see how the poor got caught in the vicious cycle of the legal system, so she made it her mission to try to do anything she could to alleviate that kind of suffering. After 24 consecutive years of making simple, not solemn, vows with the Daughters of Charity, Teresa decided to pursue a law degree from St. Louis University. At the age of 42, Teresa was the oldest law school student at the university. Her successful career in Dallas, one in which her compassionate side shined through, began as an assistant district attorney in 1985. Teresa then went on to work in the Public Defender's Office in 1994, and in 1997 became the magistrate judge for Dallas County Criminal Courts. In 2007, Teresa was elected judge in Dallas County Criminal Court No. 4 and served there until her retirement in 2014. Her ability to show compassion when needed resulted in numerous offenders being able to lead productive lives as participating citizens.
I think what we wrote in our yearbook of 1956 about Teresa still holds true today. And it says here that she was happy-hearted, a genuine friend, independent, quick-witted, and understanding. And that's very true about Teresa. She is a good friend to everyone. Everyone likes Teresa. She's down to earth, and of course we're honored to have her in our class.
I especially remember the wonderful work you did with us in the Diocese of Springfield, Cape Girardeau with the poor, particularly by establishing St. Vincent de Paul societies in so many of the parishes, and above all, establishing Hope House, a home for abused women and their children. What a wonderful ministry that has been in our diocese. May God continue to bless you and the important work you do on behalf of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Thanks again for all that you've done, Father Tom. God bless you.
After 2 decades as a daughter of charity, your transition to law school meant getting out of the habit, leaving community, and inhabiting student housing at St. Louis University. Your living quarters could be best described as genteel squalor. It took only 20 steps to get from the kitchenette to the bed. And now, in your golden years, more free time, time to rest, time to read, time to be with good friends, and explore Oklahoma and its supply of casinos.
Teresa is
Very
the
caring.
composite of all these things that make a person distinguished. I think touring Israel together opened us up to a wonderful friendship.
I have a strong belief that the seeds of your calling were sown in the Ursuline school culture of the 50s. Yes, the CLC program. Character formation of courage, loyalty, and courtesy. It is a good example of how environment shapes us, or better yet, shapes our presence. I am certain that your Ursuline presence is what has affected all of your relationships in and out of the courtroom. To continue to support you on your journey, are both the cosmic and spiritual dimensions of the Ursuline story, a galaxy of stars to direct you, the courage of Ursula to embolden you, the prayer of Angela to center your heart.
Teresa, I just wanted you to know that all of us from the class of 1956 are so proud of you. We love you, and you are so deserving of this honor. Congratulations.
I remember you in the school of the 50s, and I probably am your older wisdom figure, so to speak. And on behalf of all the students of the 50s, and especially of the faculty and teachers, I congratulate you.
Ursuline Academy's 2016 Distinguished Alumna, Teresa Tolle.
Please sit down. I remember when I was 42 and went home one Christmas to visiting my family and told them what I was planning to do about going to law school after I had left the Daughters of Charity 2 years before. And my brother said, "We sure will be glad when you know what you want to do when you grow up." I have done a variety of things, and I accept this award. I'm humbled and I am honored by it. I believe that I am accepting this in the name of all of you. Each one of you should get this award. Each one of you is distinguished by what you are doing with your families. I have nothing but admiration for mothers, aunts, fathers who raise families and who give their all to their children. Nothing that I have done in my life, I am convinced, has been as hard as raising a family. And I think a lot of you might agree with me. I was talking to a Daughter of Charity friend of mine, and she said, "I get so embarrassed when someone says to me, 'You're doing so much,' when I know that the mother of 2 or 3 or 6 or more children has done an infinite amount more than I have ever done." And I say that I received this in the name of all of you. When I was a daughter, when I was 18, I entered the Daughters of Charity. It's a community that was here in Dallas. Some of you, I know, remember St. Anne's, St. Paul's Hospital, Holy Trinity School. And the daughters have left Dallas now and are engaged in other activities with fewer numbers, and still have the love of the poor as their first commitment. And that was what drew me to the community, as well as the Serviam model that I was taught at Ursuline. And when we were in school, we didn't have the benefit of the very capable and educated lay teachers that we have now. We have very capable and educated nuns at that time in every class. And we knew them well, and I think they knew us well. Our classes were so small compared to what they are now. Serving others was a model put forward for us, and serving others is what many of us in this room have done. I had the benefit of teaching in high school, the benefit of being in educational administration through the New Orleans diocese and in social service administration in the Springfield, Missouri diocese. I worked for Bishop Law, Bernard Law, and was totally impressed with what a fine man he is and was. He opened the doors of Springfield to Vietnamese refugees in 1975 and was one of the first bishops in the United States to accept large numbers of refugees. And we were involved in the resettling. That was an experience that I would never trade anything for. Other services of the poor followed. When I made the decision to leave the community, as was expressed a while ago, our community never made final vows. We made vows for a year at a time. And when I decided to leave at a particular time in that year, I still kept all my ties to the community, and my best friends are in the community probably. Let me just say this. Some of my best friends are in the community. More of my best friends are sitting here. I was very fortunate to be accepted into law school at my age, and when I graduated, one of the professors says to me, "Well, it's pretty hard to get a job. Well, when you're 47, what do you plan to do now?" And I said, "Well, I think I'm going back to Dallas, where I'm from, and we'll try to get a job with Henry Wade, who's the district attorney, because my brothers had worked for him." And so it happened. And Mr. Wade was kind enough to hire me, and things moved on from there. I don't want to bore you with any more. It's just been a very interesting life, and I am honored to still be able, even after I've retired, to go back to the courthouse and sit as a substitute and keep my fingers in it that way, and besides that, see all my friends and colleagues. I thank you for being here. I thank you for listening, and may your life be everything you pray for and want it to be. I wish you so well.